Growing up, we didn't have a lot of money. My mom was a single mom, and she was doing the best she could. And I did the best I could. At 15, I went and got a job. At 16, I bought my first car. It was pretty much held together with rust and duct tape. I eventually applied for scholarships and went off to Texas Tech, where I paid for my own education and graduated with honors. I wasn't a privileged kid, but I found my own path for success. That's my life told through a historical lens, a timeline really, but there's more to the story. Looking at my life not only historically but spatially, in other words, the physical spaces of my life, fill in some important details. These details help me see my own privileges and biases, and then make me ask, well, who might be left out of purely historical conversation? Even though I didn't have a lot of money, my school, my neighborhood, and really my friends were predominantly wealthy. I basically lived in their houses. I frequented their churches, restaurants, and businesses. Although I did not share their wealth, their spaces provided opportunities for me to dress and speak the language dominant in an academic environment. A business owner, a bank president, and an engineer wrote my reference letters to college, and they modeled lives for me that I felt I could attain if I went to college like they did. The day that I enrolled at Texas Tech, I no longer borrowed the spaces of my friends. For the first time, I had my own spaces, and they were beautiful and filled with opportunity. Take that same poor kid out of the wealthy environment and place her in a neighborhood surrounded by similar struggling families. Where would I have gotten a job? Who would have written reference letters for me or modeled the importance of education? Edward Soja said there seemed to be an epistemological bias, favoring time over space, historical thinking over geographic thinking. Without exploring the ability of physical spaces to privilege or further marginalize children, we paint an incomplete picture of the educational needs of children.